Our first guest is a model, social media influencer, and the founder of the Wishwall Foundation.
Let's welcome Simonetta Leal.
Yeah, you say the name right.
You're so cool, Simonetta. I mean, I feel like I'm not nearly as cool as you.
No.
I mean, you're making a living off of Instagram.
That's what I'm doing.
How did you
How do you do that?
I mean, it was a lot of work. And that's
So it's not easy.
No, it's
It's
not
not just
easy.
bikinis and beaches
absolutely
and
not.
skiing and just glamour.
So of course I talk about what I, feel that it's right. And I think that what is right for you, meaning that if you want to wear your bikinis, if you want to, go towards that route, it's perfectly fine. It wasn't my route. I come actually from the old school. I work for Vanity Fair. I work for television. So I brought that world. I write for Forbes, Entrepreneur. So I brought that world. So if I had
So
to...
the professional working
Yes,
female.
yes.
Female boss.
Yes.
Yeah.
So if I have to give a suggestion, I would say, like I just said, be you. If, again, you are confident with your bikini, totally fine. If you're confident with, again, being a girl boss, totally fine. And the main thing is you have to be serious, in my opinion, about what you're doing. Because Instagram, it's big. I mean, nowadays, of course, there are so many social media, right? But in my opinion, you should pick first the one that it's, more...
Yeah, you pick your platform because you can't do everything.
Absolutely.
Maybe you could do two.
I also love Twitter. But to me...
Are you a Twitter troll?
No. No.
I find Twitter to be so mean.
I don't know. I always said this is, again, my philosophy is like that your vibe attracts your tribe. So in a way, I am for trying to inspire people, and so my tribe is very inspirational.
Your
but I
vibe
can't-
attracts your
Your
tribe.
tribe,
I think I need to put that on my
Yeah.
wall
Right?
of quotes,
Yeah.
right?
So I try to be, of course, out of trolling, whatever. I don't have time for that.
Julie and I have a mutual friend who's a Twitter troll. He's very active. on
Really?
there. Yeah,
Oh my
his
goodness.
vibe of
Yeah.
his tribe is not good.
Yeah.
Tons of followers.
Again, definitely, of course, that's a huge problem. Social media bullyism, it's something that, of course, I also
Tell us about
see.
that. We want
Yeah.
to know about that, the less glamorous side of it.
Yes, absolutely. Well, of course, as a woman and also as a man, there's a lot of competition. There's a lot of, putting yourself out there. And it happens, that you be constantly judged for who you are, how you appear, you're fat. You're too skinny. Now you're wrinkled. You don't have
Yeah,
wrinkles.
but you're not any of that. You're beautiful, Simone.
Thank you.
And
Thank
you still get bullied?
Thank you. It happened to me. Actually, in my case, it happened when I first wrote my first book. I wrote that book, and I had like a fan that, started to become a little bit too much kind of a stalker. Type of thing. So there are, several ways of bullyism. So again, I see it, of course, in my followers. They write me, young girls that tell me, oh, you know what, I'm crying because I put this picture and I don't understand, they didn't get it. And so I try to tell them, like we're saying, just unfortunately, just move on, don't pay attention. But again, in my case, it was a little bit different. It was, again, someone who really became a stalker and then started to write all over about me and then started to come to every event that I was going to. So it became actually, also, of course, social media. That's why one suggestion I give, don't ever put like things really live because, if you can be afraid of that, people can follow you. I mean, social media, it's big. It's actually can take over yourself. Like for me, it became huge. I have over 2 million on Instagram, and Twitter, and so I know you have also to protect yourself. You have to set some boundaries.
Yeah, I see like Instagram is a highly visual medium.
Yes,
and like television,
Absolutely.
it's about what you see
Yes.
more than anything else, right? And I think this applies to female influencers way more than male influencers. You post a picture and people say, oh, you're too skinny, you're too fat, you're whatever, your skin is too dark, your hair is not curly enough, whatever, I get those myself.
boy.
Right? And then just as an influencer, I'm sure like the idea is, okay, I'm going to tune this out, whatever. There are always going to be weirdos online, whatever. But if day in, day out, people send you, I don't know what's the, right term, but dick pics or other things, how do you even balance that?
Delete. I've learned that, I'm a very sensitive person. At the beginning, I was like, oh, what is this? Was calling my husband like, what is this? And then I delete. So.
Okay.
So tell us about you. You're from Italy.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
How'd you end up in the United States? And you also have a foundation. So a lot of questions
I
there.
do.
Tell us all
Yeah,
about
tell
it.
us about your foundation.
So, for love, in a way. So my husband is originally from here, but he was living in Italy. So we lived in Italy, actually in Milan, for many years together. I was, again, working on Vanity Fair and television as a model, and we were loving it. I mean, it was beautiful. And then after pretty much 10 years, we said, why don't we try it on, the other side of the ocean? And that's what we did. And we came here with, honestly, nothing, because we started from scratch. I live in the city of brotherly love of Philadelphia. We didn't know anybody. My family, actually my husband's family, is down the shore in New Jersey. So Philadelphia, we were alone, completely alone. We restarted, completely from scratch. And actually, it's in Philadelphia where I founded the Wishwell Foundation. And I always say that Philadelphia inspired me in a way. America, in a way, inspired me. I see a lot of, negativity, but as an immigrant, I really love this country. I feel so honored, proud. I'm actually going through my process of naturalization to become a citizen. There's nothing better, again, and this is my experience as an immigrant, to feel the idea of being an American, I am Italian, I have my roots, I'm very proud of it, but I feel part of something, something that, for instance, I've never felt in any other part of the world. So to me, it's very, I'm humbled to be here and to be able to receive support. Like, for instance, the city of Philadelphia really backed me with the Wishful Foundation when I went there and said, I had this idea. Really would like to put up a wall where people can come and put up their wishes, and I can, see if I can help out. Well,
That sounds like a beautiful idea.
Thank you. And the thing is that I wanted to make it concrete because I have a space on the on internet. It's called the Wishwell, but online, so people go and write their own wishes. And sometimes they are very also concrete. Really people write, oh, I want to do A, B, C. And when I see something that it's, something that I can help with, I put my help. And then, so the Wishwell, the physical one, wanted to be something where, again, people will come in and put it up something that,
they find it.
that can actually be inspired by, but also that I could help. In that case, have, again, Councilman Marsquilla from Philadelphia. He helped out the project when actually Pope Francis came. And I still remember there was this woman that came and put up this wish very, frenetically. She was actually crying, and I had no clue because at that time it was only 4 months or something that I was in Philly. So she puts up this wish, and she runs away, and I run after her. And basically, unfortunately, her daughter was killed in a hit-and-run accident. And she was asking for help because, when you live in a big city, people forget about you. Even if her daughter was all over the news, but after a couple of months, no one was talking about her. So I said, what can I do for you? And she says, I really would like to have someone that could, on one side, help me to find the killer, and on the other side, so that my daughter will not be forgotten in this city. So I said, okay, let's go with the second one first. I can help you. And I had this idea to rename the street where her daughter grew up. And I remember still when no one believed in me. They told me, listen, this is nice, it's everything, but it's September. Unfortunately, this poor woman, she died on December 23rd of the year prior. So I said, I want to have it up, for December 23rd. They said, 2 months. I mean, this is Philadelphia. It's a huge city. It's not going to work out. And I said, well, I want to try. And I, picked the phone up and called and called and called and called and called. And I still remember December 23rd of that year, actually, the people were there putting up the sign. So, that street is forever renamed after her. And that was, of course, huge. And that was the first part, And then I said, okay, how can I find the killer? So I had this idea to put up a big billboard with the help of Clear Channel. And of course, to put like a bigger reward, because at the beginning it was very small. So I was able to bring it up pretty much $15,000. And someone, after pretty much another year, spoke, and we found him. And I went to the trial, and they got him. So I still remember the Crown Commission was calling me and saying, "Can you help us?" I'm like, no. I'm an entertainer.
Sounds like you have a lot going on.
Yeah, you have a lot going on.
But that changed my life. That's the thing. That's why people ask me, where do you find inspiration? I mean, stories like this. I know. Again, I cannot bring that woman back, but I know that I've changed in a way the lives of these people. And also, I was able to, speak about these huge problems. And that's what I love to do with my foundation, really talk about issues and try, of course, to help a little bit the world, a wish at a time. That's what I always say, And social media, that's why, to me, even if, my job, I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a model, fashion, but again, I kind of put it together because as at the beginning we were talking, even as an advice to a young person that really goes on social media, to me, having your own message is number one. So to me, my message is really to find an inspiration behind everything I do, even if I have to represent a fashion brand. Well, I want to find the message behind it. And so that's why, also the Wishful Foundation helps me and inspires me, to really find and advocate for women a lot. I've been doing a lot of projects, especially last year in Africa. So many projects this year I've been doing.
Simonetta, how do you have time for all of this? Speaking of
sleep.
time, we're out of time.
we're out of time, but tell us.
Yeah.
Don't sleep that much. I'm always working. And again, when you have passion, in my opinion, to do something, you just really go for it. That's what I try to do.
Well, let me tell you, I'm having to re-examine my own goals because you've set the bar up here.
Thank you so much.
Thank you for your advocacy.
Thank you
Welcome
for
to
doing
America.
this for
Thank you.
everyone. How do you say thank you for coming onto our show?
Molto grazie.
In Italiano?
Okay, what he said. I have terrible accent.
Grazie molte. Muchas gracias.
Muchas gracias.
Sí. Oh, I like your accent.
Yeah.
Cuban accent.
Cuban.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so
All
much,
right,
Simonetta.
thank you. Great to
Appreciate it.
see you.
Bless. Thank you so much.